Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Potted Plant Entertainment. My name is Chris, and in case you don't know, I review movies and I rank them on a scale of 0 to 100 in increments of 5. Today, we are talking about The Batman. Everybody's most anticipated movie of the year is finally here, and it made me very, very happy. I got a chance to see it yesterday. It doesn't officially come out until tomorrow, but I got into an early screening. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. The Batman stars Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, Jeffrey Wright, Colin Farrell, Paul Dano, John Turturro, and Andy Serkis. It was directed by Matt Reeves and is produced by Simon Emanuel, Walter Hamada, Michael E. Uslan, and Chantal Nong Vo. Matt Reeves is a pretty good director. He made, where is it? I should have taken it out first. Here. He made two of the three movies in the Planet of the Apes trilogy, which I very much enjoyed. He's a very good director, and I think that he was a very good choice for this. He really took a Seven approach to Batman, which is very interesting, and I very much liked it. I thought that was a really good creative choice. I think the things that he did with Batman were really good. Let's discuss what I like so much about the Batman. So first thing, I'll tell you the plot first. So, in this movie, Batman is investigating a series of murders from a man who calls himself the Riddler, and he teams up with Commissioner Gordon to figure out what he's planning, decode his clues, and take him down. All the while dealing with a mobster who calls himself the Penguin. So the first thing I loved about the Batman, Robert Pattinson. I just want to say, I told you so. I said it first. Robert Pattinson is going to be a great Batman. And nobody believed me. Okay, I don't think I actually said it on the channel, but in my head I was like, he's going to be a great Batman. But everybody else was just like, ew, Twilight. I told you he was going to be great. He was a really good Batman. He was kind of one note throughout the movie a little bit. The thing about Batman is that there's like three different sides to him. You know, there's him when he's alone with Alfred. There's him when he's out in the public, and then there's him as Batman. He was sort of just Batman the whole movie, and he was hardly ever actually out of the costume. 90% of the time you see him, he's in the Batman costume, which is very interesting. And I didn't dislike it, although I feel like some people are going to dislike how one note Bruce Wayne is throughout this movie. He appears to be very depressed, and I don't think everybody's going to be on board with that. But for me, it didn't really bother me too much, although I understand why some people may not like that. Also, this is a visually stunning movie, and the things they do with these visuals are great. I mean, yeah, the color is great. The cinematography is great. The tone is great. The darkness is great. The whole movie takes place at pretty much at night. And if it's during the day, it's cloudy. But one of the things that I most loved about the visuals was this one scene. There's this one scene, and you see it in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. But Batman is fighting these thugs while they're shooting him. But it's in a completely dark room, and so the only way you can see the fight is from the gunfire. And it's just awesome. It's visually stunning. The music is great. It is really, really good music. It is a really good soundtrack. I don't know if I like it as much as I like the Dark Knight soundtrack, but I really did enjoy the music here. The theme song is really awesome, and there's some great uses for the theme song on this movie, too. The action in it is really good. Robert Pattinson, you can tell he's the one doing these fight scenes, and he's killing it. They get these long, great takes of him beating the crap out of bad guys, and it works really well. There's this awesome, great car chase that you see in the trailer that he does with the Penguin. And I'm not 100% sure, but it looked real. There were definitely parts of it that had to be real. So kudos to them. It was a really good action set piece. The costuming is really great. I love everybody's costume. Batman looks awesome. The Riddler, it's a very interesting take on the Riddler, and I think it really worked. The Penguin looks great. Catwoman looks great. I love how her mask wasn't really anything fancy. She literally just took a ski mask and cut some holes in it. Because, I mean, if you don't have a lot of money, that's just something you sort of do. So it's just grounded in that way, and it works. Batman is a detective in this movie, and I love that about him. I love that Batman actually feels like a police officer. He is like a cop, a detective in the movie, and I really like that. We've seen that before in like some of the animated movies, I think, but we've never gotten it quite like this in live action. I really appreciated it. He's very smart. There's this one great scene where this guy has to figure out these riddles from the Riddler really quickly, or something bad's gonna happen. But Batman, and he can't figure them out, but Batman can. And I'm just standing there thinking, man, I would not make it through this situation. No spoilers as to what it is, but it was a really intense scene. And I thought, man, I couldn't have done it. I talked about the lighting, the setting, and the dark tones of this movie. This is a very dark movie. And I really liked how dark this movie went very dark. Like I said, it's like Seven. It goes that dark. It's not as graphic or anything as Seven. This is a PG-13 movie, but it does try to go there as much as it can with the PG-13 rating, and I really liked it. It's also very disturbing. The Riddler is really creepy in this movie. No spoilers, but there's a scene where he starts singing Ave Maria, and it's just really creepy, where you watch him in videos that he makes, similar like how the Joker did that one video where he was like, the Batman, reveal yourself. He does videos like that of his own, and they're really, really creepy. I apologize if that impression was kind of off. Let's see. The Batmobile. It's not my favorite Batmobile. I really like it, but I think my favorite Batmobile is still the one from Batman and Batman Returns. I always really like that take on the Batmobile. It looks really cool, and I think that one's still my favorite. But I do like what they did with this one here. Also, the runtime doesn't drag. It's a 3-hour movie. It doesn't really feel like it. It does feel longer than 2 hours, but it doesn't really feel like 3. So the runtime is definitely used wisely. It's a very smart story. I actually, I got a little bit confused at times with the story because it's a very smart story, but I just got to go back and rewatch it again, and it'll tighten up for me a little bit in my brain. But it was really good writing. I also love Batman and Commissioner Gordon together as a duo. They are a really awesome duo together, and I really like seeing them together every time they were on screen. The performances in this movie were fantastic. Everybody did a really good job. Everybody was casted very, very well. Colin Farrell as the Penguin, awesome. Paul Dano as the Riddler, awesome. Andy Serkis as Alfred, awesome. Didn't like him as much as I liked Michael Caine, but he still did a really good job. And Commissioner Gordon was so awesome in this movie. There's this one scene, again, no spoilers, but he goes into a building with Batman, and they see something that catches their attention, and he draws his gun, and he runs forward in front of Batman, even though Batman is bulletproof. That's awesome. He's really, really awesome in the movie. I do have one more pro for the movie, but it is a spoiler. I will do all my spoilers after I give my rating. I do have a few nitpicks with the movie, though. Not necessarily cons, but I want to talk a little bit about these nitpicks. 2 of them are spoilers, minor spoilers, but they are spoilers, so I'll talk about them after my rating. But one little nitpick I have with this movie is that you don't really see much of the Batcave. As a matter of fact, you don't really see it much at all, which is kind of disappointing. I would have loved to see their take on the Batcave, but hopefully in the sequel, because let's face it, we're getting a sequel, we do get to see more of the Batcave. And also, in the beginning of the movie, people didn't know who Batman is. Now, at the beginning of the movie, they state that he's been Batman for 2 years, so this isn't an origin movie. And you see the bat signal. And they get this shot of the bat signal, and then it shoots to these guys who see Batman, and they're like, who's this clown? Why is he dressed like that? And I'm like, how do you not know who he is? It's been 2 years, and they have a bat signal. It's just this, you know, yeah. It's something that I noticed that bugged me a little bit. Look, I'll go into my spoilers right after I get my rating here, but the Batman delivers. Do I like it as much as The Dark Knight? No. But if there's ever a Batman movie to give The Dark Knight a run for its money, it's this one. I did like it better than The Batman Begins. I don't think I liked it quite as much as I liked The Dark Knight Rises either. But it's definitely up on that scale. And I'm going to give The Batman a 100. This movie made me very happy, and I'm so excited to see what else they do. It's just wonderful, wonderful filmmaking. Okay, so I'm going to get into my spoilers now. So you've been warned. Let's go ahead and jump into the spoilers. I don't have a whole lot to say because there's not really a whole lot here to spoil, but we'll go ahead and talk a little bit about the things. So, first spoiler. The Joker. Let's talk about it. So, he's played by that one guy who played this kid in Dunkirk. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, but you don't really see him much. You see him sort of through a window in his cell. And I did see a little bit of his face. They went back to sort of what they did with Jack Nicholson, where his face was stuck in this smile. It wasn't like Heath Ledger's take where he took a knife and he cut it there to make it look like that. His face was actually stuck in that smile. Very odd casting choice. Definitely would have never thought of it. But from the little bit we saw, I was kind of intrigued. I really hope he doesn't blow it, because in this sequel, the Joker is going to make or break the movie. If the Joker sucks, the movie, it's kind of going to ride on that a little bit. So hopefully he doesn't suck. The only live action interpretation of the Joker we've seen that people hated was Jared Leto. Jack Nicholson was really good. Of course, Heath Ledger was legendary. And, of course, Joaquin Phoenix was also really good as the Joker. The movie live-action performances, obviously. I haven't really seen much of the 60s TV show, but I know people, the villains in that were always cartoony anyways, but I really hope he doesn't blow it. I wish him the best in this role. I hope he really pulls it off and gives us a great performance. And I did have a couple other spoiler nitpicks with the movie. For one thing, so after the Penguin shoots John Turturro, did you notice that after the city floods, he's not in prison? Why and how? He literally gets arrested. That's very odd. And then also, so, there's this one scene where Batman fakes punching Commissioner Gordon to get away from him. And the next time the cops see Batman, they just don't care that he's there. They almost don't even acknowledge that he's there, really. Why? You guys were trying so hard to arrest him earlier, now you see him again and you just don't care. Little things like that. It definitely could have used some tightening in a few areas, but no, I love the movie. I really did. I loved Colin Farrell's Goodfellas take on the Penguin. Really, really good stuff, man. Really good stuff. I love the movie, and I can't wait for a sequel. So, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to Pod Planet Entertainment for more. Hit the like button. Leave me reviews, suggestions, and comments down below. Follow me on Instagram at Pod Planet Entertainment for channel updates. And I will be coming out with a review for Uncharted very soon. And Ninja Turtles 2. So, much love.